Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Thank you, Professor. I am so excited to be here and to be in the class.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me very happy.
Oh, great. Excellent. Also, here in the classroom today, weirdly enough, we have a student for the first time. We have a student here in the classroom.
What?
Never had that before. His name is Corbron.
Do you have memory loss? You act like you don't know me.
Corbron? Can you just confirm or deny if I'm saying your name correctly? Corbron?
No, it's not Cronbon. It's Corbin.
Corbin, that's right. That sounds familiar. Do I know you?
Yes, I'm here every week. Why do you act like this is the first time that I've ever been in this class? That's
I don't know.
not
Mr.
true.
Curtis, have you ever seen Crobron before?
Oh
No.
my god. Stop
Doesn't
it.
ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell. Hey, are you that kid that has a father?
I mean, I do. I just don't know where he is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, you are normally here, right? You're like our trainer in training or something.
Was it a long week?
That's right.
Long week?
That's the one.
How do you not remember? Curtis, stop messing with him. Stop engaging with him.
I don't know. Maybe I would know you more if you actually showed up for my library review sessions every week.
Curtis, I don't need it. I remember everything I need to know all the time every week. I don't need to show up to your review sessions.
Oh, really? Do you? Well, then you'll know what Pokemon we're talking about this week. Because we did talk about it last week, and if you remember everything, then...
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yep, I know it.
Mm-hmm. And just I know you don't need it, but for Mr. Curtis and our virtual students, I will let them know that the last Pokemon we talked about was Koffing, and this is the evolved form of that Pokemon. Now, I know you didn't need that information, Corbin, because you...
No. I knew all of that.
Oh, he knew.
Starts with a W.
Sure, yeah.
That's right.
Wishcash.
Okay, no. We're learning about Weezing. You have failed the simplest test I could have possibly given you.
Oh.
Wow, you've never been so broken up about a test before.
Why?
So it's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm not that sorry. Yes, we're learning about Weezing today. It's, as I said, it's the evolved form of Koffing. It's kind of like a Koffing, but twice. Which, very common theme in a lot of these evolutions that are native to the Kanto region is kind of like, before it was one thing, and then it evolves and it's multiple things.
Yes.
Yeah, so like Diglett into Dugtrio, Magnemite into Magneton. I would say Doduo and Dodrio, but it's still technically one thing. And I guess Weezing is also kind of one thing. I guess, has anybody here seen a Weezing? I might just be talking nonsense to you guys if you don't know what a Weezing looks like.
I actually have not seen a Weezing before.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay, Mr. Curtis.
Isn't it just like a bigger Koffing?
Kinda. You know what? I have one here, so I don't have to, waste my time explaining it to you. You guys can just see what it looks like.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
Let's take a gander.
All right. Here is a Weezing.
Whoa, that's a Koffing, but 3 of them smushed together.
Well, 2 really. It's 2 of them.
That is 3 balls.
Well, it's 3 balls, but it's 2 Weezing.
You're losing me.
So 2 of them have like faces, right? And then the third one is just like a weird connecting ball thing.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them.
No, there's 2. There's technically there's only 1. If you really want, it's 1 Weezing.
Okay.
It's one Weezing with 2 heads, like a Dodrio. We've had Dodrio.
There's a song about this. 2 Weezing, 4 bracelets.
What?
Make that booty clap standing ovation.
Stop it! No,
Absolutely
that I will not have that music in my classroom.
Oh, listen. Okay. Oh, so I can't rap and I can't quote other rappers?
No, but that's just because of that court order that you have that keeps you from rapping.
Okay. All right. Well,
Or
anyways.
go to jail. We all know about it. All
right. We don't need to talk about that dark past. All right. Listen. So is this thing? It's 2 Koffing?
Yes. It's 2 Koffings that have kind of like mixed and formed together.
And this is an
as you can
evolution.
see-
You didn't just go back behind the school and glue two of these guys together.
We do define this as evolution, yes. And no, I
Okay.
did not tape them together.
Okay, I said glue.
So now you may notice that one of them is a little bit bigger right now than the
Yes.
other one. But if you
Yes.
keep watching it, you'll see that the big one will shrink, and then the other one will become the large.
Look
one.
at that.
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
it's a really interesting mechanic that they do, and we'll talk about why they do that and what benefit it has, because it does actually have a practical use.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. I've never told a joke in my life.
I don't know. You were throwing out some great jokes last week.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, so you admit it. You admit they were great.
They were not as good as mine, but they were okay.
Well, I mean, how could they be? You're the funniest.
I mean,
person in
listen. I don't
mankind.
go to the Mr. Mime, class for nothing.
No, that's true. That's true. Well, but Mr. Mime can't tell jokes.
Right, but he can structure them with his hands.
Does
that make sense?
Mime out jokes.
He
That
mimes
is-
out he's so good at it. Yeah.
I would like to see him mime a knock knock joke.
Well, you got to enroll in the class, and that costs money. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have time to enroll in another class. There's so much Pokemon biology. Oh, bless you. You must be reacting to
Yeah.
the gas that's coming from Weezing.
yeah, it's starting to
'cause
really
just
come
like
out
coughing,
now.
just like coughing. Oh, calm down, calm down. Just
not.
if
It's
you
not.
look, just like coughing, it has little pores over its very thin skin. It's thin, flimsy skin that
Yep.
expels toxic gas. Just like
Yeah.
yeah. Again,
No,
it's getting-
and no rear to be seen. No rear to be seen.
No, well, when there's holes all over,
That's what I said last week. When there's holes, when there's
holes
holes,
on every side.
there's no rear when there's holes on every side.
Words to live
Write it
by.
on a fortune cookie.
No, put it on a shirt and sell it.
Okay, but this is this is pretty much all there is to know about coughing. They look a lot sadder. Oh, sorry, this is all there is to know about Weezing. I
yeah.
will say they look a lot sadder than coughing do. I'm not sure if there's a reasoning behind that, but
The burden of having a shared brain.
I don't think they have a shared brain.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even sure they have a brain, honestly.
Nope.
I think they're just right. I mean, they must have some kind of organs.
There's something in there. There's got to be.
Sometimes it's best not to think about it too hard, and it's getting hard to think with all the fumes in the air. So I'm going to go ahead and put Weezing back in the Pokeball.
Yeah, please.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. Sorry, it's getting harder and harder to throw these Pokeballs for some reason.
You got to start working out more.
I probably do. Or maybe I need to get lighter Pokeballs. Everything
Probably.
about that?
No.
All right, let's start reading these Pokedex entries. The first one says, where two kinds of poison gases meet, two Koffings can fuse into a Weezing over many years.
Ooh. Okay, so this is actually, confirming the fact that, it's just two Pokemon that have fused together, but that counts as an evolution.
Apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes them stronger. Fusing together makes them stronger.
I suppose, but
Just like three Diglets fusing together makes them stronger.
Okay, but that isn't making something stronger doesn't mean necessarily it's an evolution.
Well, okay. Well, I'm sorry, Professor Corbin over there. How would you define evolution?
The physiological and biological change from one creature into another.
I would say that its physiology and its biology is changing dramatically.
Right, but it's just two.
well, and that's just categorically not true. This Weezing is a case in point. It is it's not doing any changes. It's two.
It absolutely is. It's changing. It now has two bodies.
But fusing is not the same as evolving.
If that's what you.
I mean, that's how we have described it. It definitely is.
All right.
Okay, the next entry says, it lives and grows by absorbing dust, germs, and poison gases that are contained in toxic waste and garbage.
Sounds familiar.
Sure, yes. And the last entry from the Kanto region says, a twinned Koffing that forms on rare occasions where poisonous gases pool. Gases pool? I mean, they would if they were heavier than air, but...
I think they do pool.
Anyways, the entry goes on to say, its two toxic gases appear to be different.
Wait, from each whole, like each coughing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody have a potato chip bag?
Mr. Curtis, so what are you eating in class?
Yeah, please
Oh,
stop eating.
I would I would never eat. This is just some old paperwork I had in my bag.
It's
You
very
would never eat
crinkly.
ever? You don't eat? Huh?
No,
He would never.
never in class.
Okay. You just made it sound like you don't eat food at all.
Oh, please. I'd love to eat bread. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why did you read that off of your hand?
Don't.
Why did you
I
write
was just-
bread on your hand?
What does that say? Hold on, let me see your hand. What does that say above bread?
Can't
Things that people normally eat, colon,
No.
bread. Okay,
And
all
then
right.
a bunch of question marks afterwards.
You just got one on the list, bread.
You couldn't think of any more than that?
Cheese. Cheese.
Yeah,
Bread and
alright,
Yeah,
cheese.
write that
okay,
down.
he's a
Write
real
that down.
human.
Write that down.
Write it
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I'll put that down.
Don't forget.
I got it.
All right, moving on to the Johto region. The first entry here says, if one of the twin Koffing inflates, the other one deflates. It constantly mixes its poisonous gases.
Creating
Very
a nice
interesting.
concoction.
Yes.
So why? Okay. It just something doesn't seem right. So if you're constantly mixing two different gases, wouldn't they just create a homogeneous mixture at some point?
Well,
Like
I think...
what keeps them from, like, why are they constantly separate and then being mixed?
Well, okay, so it's two Weezings, right? And I think biologically... Sorry, it's two Koffings. God, I keep doing that.
Yes.
It's two Koffings, and I think just, biologically, based on where, they're from and the toxins that they absorb when they're coughing, it kind of, their body just naturally creates a specific kind of that toxin, right? And so this Weezing over here is going to be creating a different kind of toxin than this Weezing that grew up over here. And then when they somehow come together and, meld together into a Weezing, they're still creating their unique kind of toxin, right? But in the middle, they're...
Huh? Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Sorry.
Court,
What? What's
hey,
wrong? What's wrong? What happened? Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, Professor's talking right now.
So in the middle, they're mixing it together. So if one were to stop
Right,
inflating
right,
and deflating,
right.
then the mixing would stop, and they would be sequestered into their own bodies, I guess.
Okay, I see.
There could be some kind of like membrane in between the Weezings that we don't know about.
But no regular brain.
No, it's... Well, sure, no brain, no actual brain. Membrane is different from a brain, Corbin. You know that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all the confirmation that I need. Did that answer your question, Mr. Curtis?
I like it, Professor. I like it.
Thank you. Okay, the next entry here says, top grade perfume is made using its internal poison gases by diluting them to the highest level.
No kidding.
Yes.
That seems interesting. I feel like there was another really stinky Pokemon that we learned about previously that was turned into.
That was Gloom, my friend.
Yes, excellent. Oh my, holy crap, Corbin. Very
Wait,
good.
whoa, watch your mouth. Hey, this is a PG rated classroom. And thank you.
I never doubted you.
Holy fennekin, Corbin. I can't
All
believe
right.
you got
All
it
right. All right.
That was, I guess you do remember everything.
Yeah, shut the Froakie up, all right?
Also, Corbin, or Mr. Curtis, props to you for remembering that we did talk about one that also is turned into perfume.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you,
You're
Professor.
welcome.
Curtis, do I get a gold star today?
Yeah, I would, but I already gave a gold star out.
To
so,
who?
I mean, I'm kind of limited on
Who?
these
Who got a
things.
gold star?
I saw that he gave it to himself this week.
Oh my god. You
I
can't
did,
do that.
yes. I did.
Come
It's such a
on.
great picture. See my picture on the wall over there?
is
Yeah,
a good
but like
picture.
that's like insider trading. You can't do that.
kind of is like insider trading.
I mean, you're giving yourself a leg up, man. Come on.
I mean, I listen. Empirically, the science never lies, okay? And empirically, I drew the best picture this week, so I get the golden star.
What even is that?
That's the professor. What are you
Oh,
talking
that's
about?
me?
Giving a lecture and a giant cup of coffee.
I thought it was a coughing exploding.
It looks like a Koffing had a baby with a licking tongue. It looks awful.
He's
Whoa,
sitting
What would that
he's
look like?
sitting in a cup of coffee giving a lecture. I mean, obviously that's where professors most comfortable.
I'm sure it is.
All right, let's continue reading these entries. We're kind of getting off track here. When it inhales poisonous gases from garbage, its body expands, and its insides smell much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right, on to the Hoenn region. Weezing loves the gases given off by rotted kitchen garbage. This Pokemon will find a dirty, unkempt house and make it its home. At night, when the people in the house are asleep, it will go through the trash.
Mr. Curtis, you ever had that problem at your house?
No, nothing goes through my trash at my home. I have 24/7 guards around my house at all times.
Okay, all right.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
I just say that because you're so stinky, and so is your house.
Yeah, we got it.
No.
Have you been to his house, though?
He's invited me, and I refused.
It's actually pristine. It's weirdly pristine.
Right. The Ariodoses make sure to keep any wild Pokemon away from the property.
Okay, that's nice of them.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Spinnerax are very meticulous on the cleaning. Okay.
That's good.
Listen,
Maybe hey,
not for lack of me trying to dirty it up. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta get my smelliness in there somehow.
Well, right. You gotta get them to clean you because you stink, like personally.
Have you ever tried to sell them as house cleaning things?
Just mere house cleaning? Absolutely not.
I mean, 'cause
Sacrilege.
I'll take one. I'll take one as a
Pure
little Roomba.
purebred premium Spinnerax are not sold as humble household servants.
They're more than that, Professor. Come on.
I'll give you $5 Poké for one.
Ooh.
5? That's all it takes?
No, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Okay, $4 Poké.
No, I can't. The Night Mother would never forgive me.
Yeah, come on. We gotta think about her.
All right. The next entry in the Hoenn region says, Weezing alternately shrinks and inflates its twin bodies to mix together toxic gases inside. The more the gases are mixed, the more powerful the toxins become. The Pokemon also becomes more putrid. I had to throw that in at the end just to make sure you know.
Yeah, it's a little insult there.
Yeah, I mean, God, could you imagine having a Weezing as a Pokemon? I mean, it's just the stink of it.
You take him anywhere.
Yeah.
Can't take him anywhere.
I think that'd be super annoying.
Can't take. I know he can't go to the park with a Weezing. It just goes up to the garbage can and just goes.
Just gets a good old huff of it.
Yeah,
It's like eating for it. The next entry in the Hoenn region says, by diluting its toxic gases with a special process, the highest grade of perfume can be extracted. To Weezing, gases emanating from garbage are the ultimate feast.
Ooh, a buffet, if you will.
tasty.
Yep, it just
Tasty,
goes slurp,
tasty.
slurp, slurp. The last entry in the Hoenn region says, very rarely, a sudden mutation can result in two small coughing twins becoming conjoined as a Weezing. It's a mutation. It's kind of like an evolution.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I mean, if we just look at, people have, recorded quote unquote stats of Pokemon over the years. It's kind of like defining their strengths and weaknesses. And you can see that Weezings are way more sturdy than Koffings are.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
So, I mean, there's some kind of, fortification that goes on once they conjoin.
Yeah, no longer a thin-skinned little baby.
I mean, it is still pretty thin skin, but
But not as much.
it's not as flimsy. It's thin, but not flimsy.
Right, of course.
Okay, moving on to the Sinnoh region. It grows by feeding on gases released by garbage. Though very rare, triplets have been found.
What? A new evolution, perhaps?
Yeah, right? Would that be... I mean, that would be... I don't know. So we have Koffing and Weezing.
Aspirating. That's got to be it. That's
I
the
feel
third
like
one.
sneezing is pretty good, though.
Huffing.
Sneezing's good. My question is, would you have the third head connected to the
Choking.
little...
It'd be choking.
To the little ball... Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The little ball in the back? Or would you have it like on the other side? Like, would it go from one head to second head to third head, or all three heads connected to one central point?
I'll be honest, I've never seen a Weezing triplet, so I do not know. This is kind of like if a Jolteon wore pants kind of scenario. I don't really know how.
I mean, it just baffles me because it's like, okay, if a Weezing grows a third head, then it's a new Pokemon. Because with the same logic of Koffing becoming Weezing, because there's two of them, then that means it's a new Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I'd believe that. We'll call it choking.
We'll call it asthma.
We'll call it another time. Let's move on to the next entry, which is moving on to I think it's the Unova region here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, sure. This one's kind of different. Inhaling toxic fumes from trash and mixing them inside its body lets it spread an even fouler stench. Sure. Yeah, we kind of knew that already.
We kind of knew, yeah.
Nothing new in the Kalos region. Sadly, again, nothing new in the Alola region. There are some entries here from the Galar region. It mixes gases between its two bodies. It's said that these Pokemon were seen all over the Galar region back in the day. That's so vague, and it infuriates me. What is the day? How long ago?
Listen, that's science for shut up. It's been a while.
It's been a while. And who's saying this? It's said. Is it Dave down the street, or is it professors that are researchers that have done research on history, or people that were there? How long ago was it? I don't know.
I don't think anybody is just writing these entries.
What do you mean?
Definitely not Dave down the street.
Well, no, but I'm saying it's said. It's said that these Pokemon were seen all over the Galar region back in the day. Who's saying it?
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, then that's
I'm not
like
saying it.
When they say they said, I take it almost as like more like folklore type of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely folklore, and it has no place in my Pokedex.
Get it out of there.
Get it out. I don't want it. The next entry from the Galar region says it can't suck in air quite as well as a Galarian Weezing. Is there another? There might be another variant here, guys. That
perhaps one from Alola.
It says a Galarian Weezing.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
But the toxins it creates are more potent than those of its counterpart. So it can't suck in air as well, but it can create more potent toxins, pretty much. All right, that does it for Cantonian Weezing. But we do have a regional variant. We have a Galarian Weezing. I'll just describe it real quick. It's kind of like, Cantonian Weezing, except it's like more gray and like it looks way fancier.
Okay.
Because it has like a top hat, and it has like nice facial hair, but it's like actually smoke, I guess.
Do you have a picture of one that I can look at?
Yeah, here. Take a look. I have one. I actually have pictures of every single Pokemon in this drawer here. Let me just grab it out.
Nice. Let me take a look at that. Oh,
I'm still flicking
fancy.
through here. I haven't given it to you yet.
No, I could see it from here.
Oh, you can see it. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's right here in my hand. Here you go.
Ooh, fancy. Look at him. Nice little top hat there.
Yeah, what do you see coming out of that top hat?
It looks like green smoke, honestly.
I mean, it kind of looks like white smoke, don't you think?
Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry. That's white.
Out of the top is white.
The green's floating around it. Sorry. Smudge on this paper.
Yeah.
So it's got white.
Sorry, the paper I gave you was in black and white, so I'm amazed that you could even tell that any of the gas was green.
Well, the smoke coming out of the top is white, and then around its body, there's like little puffs of green, and also it has like a mustache and beard.
That's also made of that green smoke.
Yeah, the green puffs.
Yes.
Green puffs. All right. So let me read a little bit here, and you might be able to tell why the smoke is different colors. The first entry says this Pokemon consumes particles that contaminate the air. Instead of leaving droppings, it expels clean air.
Ooh, that's cool. That's why it's all white.
Exactly. Very, very astute, Corbin. I'm proud of you.
Figured that out myself.
All right, and then the last entry here says, long ago, during a time when droves of factories fouled the air with pollution, Weezing changed into this form for some reason.
It was a natural response to cleansing the environment. Look at
Yeah,
that.
It's weird. It's very interesting.
Look at that. Love it.
And that's going to go very well into our test for today, our classwork, if you will.
Oh, really? That's it? Nice.
Yes. Yeah, that
All
was
right.
the last end. That was the last Pokedex entry.
All
So we're
right.
moving on to the testing portion.
Pack it. Oh.
Oh.
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Today we are doing a
No.
debate.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
Oh, wait, we can't do the quiz, Professor?
No quizzes. Shut up.
No, we can't. So for those
I
of
wish
you...
it was a quiz, but I'll take it.
Shut up.
debate.
No, yeah, shut up, please. All right, so in case you've forgotten, the rubric for a debate is that 1, you must include information that we learned in class in your debate. You must demonstrate an understanding of the Pokemon's unique attributes and abilities. 3, you must build an argument around proven facts about the topic Pokemon. And you must respond to at least one of your opponent's arguments with a legitimate counter-argument. All right? Everybody get it? Everybody's on board?
I'm on board. I get it.
Okay.
Sure.
And then the debate structure goes, the first person makes their opening statement, and then, which is their main argument. The second person makes their opening statement, and then the second person responds to the first person's opening statement. Then the first person responds to the second person's opening statement in response, and then they give their closing statement, and then the second person gives their closing statement.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
who wants to go first? Who wants to be the first person?
Curtis does.
I want.
Yeah, you want it.
I
You
want
want
to.
it.
Is that what
Yep,
I said?
that's what you
You
said.
want to go first, Corbin or Curtis?
Yeah, he does.
I okay. I guess. I mean,
I heard you say it.
if that's what I said I wanted to do, I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you said
but okay.
it before class started. I heard you say that.
All right,
Oh,
then
okay.
Corbin, I'm gonna let you decide if you want to be for the debate statement or against the debate statement.
I'll be for it.
You're for it?
Yep, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Sure.
The debate statement is Weezing are environmental hazards.
And I am against that.
Yes, and Corbin is for it. All right, you guys have both put down your pencils and you're looking at me expectantly. I'm assuming that means that you're both done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready, Professor.
Yes.
Who is-
Yes.
oh, the trash gremlin's back.
Oh no.
That's right.
God.
That's my debating voice. I'm
No,
ready.
no. I don't want to hear that. No.
You've never used that before. Please don't start it now.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So
Professor.
I believe, Curtis, you were supposed to go first, and you were supposed to defend, or wait, which were you?
Say
You were supposed to
Wi-
oppose the statement.
oppose. Yes, oppose that Weezings are an environmental hazard. Thank
Okay,
you very
so
much.
you were saying that they are good for the environment, essentially.
Yes. Well, that they are not a hazard.
That they are not an environmental hazard. Sure, yes. All right, take it away, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, Professor Corbin, and the students
What's up?
of the class. I so appreciate you being here.
I have to be here. It's my job.
That's right. I am here to tell you that yes, Weezing is at worst a neutral element in the environment, and at best even a purifier.
Oh.
It is mentioned many times in our Pokédex entries that Koffing grows by absorbing dust, germs, and poisonous gases. But while it can expel these captured gases again, by the very nature that it eats and grows, we know that it must incorporate some of this mass into its body, effectively removing the material from the environment. Also, it is well documented in the Pokédex that the Galarian form is known to expel clean and purified air.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent opening statement there, Mr. Curtis.
Thank
I
you.
assume you stopped because you're done.
Yes.
You're not putting
sorry.
some kind of dramatic
Period.
pause.
Done.
That's what
End.
that's what took you so long, huh?
That's
All
right.
Okay. Curtis, thank you for your time and energy that you've put into your argument. I will be arguing why Weezings are environmental hazards.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is a little bit tricky of an argument because honestly, no matter how you look at it, with each form of Weezing, you could spin it a different way. However, I think overall, I think especially Cantonian ones are very toxic to the environment. I mean, it's the most obvious thing in the world that they expel poisonous gas. We know that. They're toxic. And they do absorb trash, as Curtis said. They absorb trash and germs and excrement and all that stuff. But the problem with that is the more that they consume, they also excrete more foul, putrid smells, which is bad for the environment. I mean, that's bad for the neighbors nearby. The toxicity is going to be bad for plant growth. It's going to be like, I mean, that smell is the more trash it consumes, it's just going to be everywhere, and that's not good for anybody. Now, they also go through people's houses, and they will eat their trash in their homes. So what's going to happen when they do that? So once they eat the trash in somebody's residential home that's not outside, it's like, it's indoors, they're going to expel deadly gas inside with a house full of children. It's going to cause the house and everything in it to smell terrible, which, guess what? That's going to cause families to throw things away, including food and belongings, which will inevitably cause more waste. They are going to stink up the environment inside and outside, which will inevitably cause more waste. And they'll just feed off of that waste. It's all a ploy. It's all a trick. They're dirty. And
hold on.
Sorry.
You're starting to get opinionated here.
Yeah, I don't want to get too conspiracy theory, but like, hey, it's all a domino effect.
Horrible thin skins.
But yeah, I mean, he is right in that they do help by absorbing toxins, but they're also pumping toxins out.
Okay, we're moving on to your counterpoints now, correct?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, this is mostly the counter argument. Like, yeah, he claims they're a purifier by absorbing toxins and then, absorbing them into their body. But they are putting more stuff out. It's documented that the more toxins they take in, the more garbage and stuff that they take in, the smellier they're going to be. And the worse for the environment they're going to be. So again, speaking mostly with the Cantonian ones, they could clean up, theoretically, in quotes, air quotes, clean up the garbage, but they're also expelling toxic gas and putrid smells that infect the environment around them. So it's kind of this weird endless cycle of just polluting things. So I rest my case.
Okay, all right. So that was your main argument and your counter argument.
Yes.
Mr. Curtis, it is now your time to provide your counter argument and then give your closing statement.
Thank you. In response to Corbin, yes, it expels bad toxic gases that it makes within its body. But I would argue that it is only excreting what it has actively absorbed and mixing within its body. And while it is coming out more stinking, it is not putting out more gas than what it is taking in the first place. We also know... okay, so that was my counter argument.
Okay.
We also know... as I've already mentioned, it is well documented that Galarian Weezing actively cleans the air. You can't get better for the environment than that. So there's no argument there. While a Cantonian can produce more stinky gases by mixing the gases that it has already eaten within its body, nowhere in the Pokédex does it say that it must release this toxic plume. We know from experience and fighting and combat it does, but it does anyway. It doesn't say that it is actively expelling this. It just says that it can mix it within its body. It does say, you can also make
notes. He's checking his notes. He's going back to his notes.
It does say that you can also make really nice perfume by diluting its stink, and I can think of no better way to enjoy the environment than making a nice perfume. I rest my case.
All right.
Okay.
That's it. Weezing's going to jail.
All right.
It's not a... All right.
I rest my case.
Corbin.
Yes.
It's now your time to give a closing statement. Let's hear it.
In closing, I will say that it's documented that they do inflate and deflate constantly, the same way that you and I breathe. It is inevitable that they will expel the gas that they take in. Curtis is correct in that they're not they're not expelling necessarily more waste, but their smell is going to be bad for the environment. That has been proven and been documented time and time again in the Pokédex. Yes, you can dilute it with a special process, but that is something that is a lot more intricate. Just the base environment in nature that is a Weezing in its existence, it expels terrible, terrible, terrible fumes and gases, and stinks up a whole bunch of mess. And it's going to infect things, and it's going to make things smell bad. It's going to make people throw out their belongings, and it's going to cause more waste inevitably. In terms of the Alolan variant...
Galarian.
Galarian, excuse me. Galarian variant.
Galarian.
I got nothing to say there. You're right. But yeah, I rest my case.
Okay, kind of threw it away with the... Okay, you're right about the Galarian.
I mean, it's kind of a, like, listen, it's a 50-50 way to answer it because, like, one does pollute and one doesn't.
Okay, but you could also say that the amount of, Galarian Weezings pales in comparison to the amount of regular Weezings. There's far more Cantonian Weezings, because as it said in the Pokedex, that they aren't as common in the Galar region as they used to be.
That's true, but Cantonian Weezings, they live in dirty, stinky environments already. They're taking in dirty, stinking gases and releasing dirty, stinking gases. So they're not having
Whoa. It sounds like you... Whoa, hey, what is this? What is this? You had your chance. Why are you debating more?
Well, no, we're done with the debate.
No, we're
right?
not.
You're discussing
yes,
now.
We are done with it, and now it's time for my turn to say things. You're debating more right now. You're trying to prove your point even harder.
Okay. Sorry, Professor.
All right, so don't listen. Anything that Grusa Curtis said since Corbin stopped talking is you don't ignore it. It didn't happen.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, very good arguments to the both of you. You both, took in information from the Pokedex entry, mixed it within yourself to form a more foul toxin of knowledge that you released out into the world through this debate.
Juicy.
Excellent job. I just came up with that on the spot. I didn't think about that.
That was very nice.
Thank you. It looks like the debate pretty much came down to Corbin saying, or Mr. Curtis saying, yes, they suck in toxins and ultimately they release, less toxins than normal, than they bring in, right? And Corbin saying, maybe that's true, but the toxins they release are way worse than the toxins that they sucked in immediately. So I feel like there's a good kind of, dynamic back and forth, and you could probably do a lot of research on this to figure out which side really comes out on top. And, you do have to include the Galarian Weezing, but, I'm not sure if it will tip the tide or tip the scales at all enough, because there's not that many Galarian Weezings, and the fact that they're really only helping out in one region. I'm not sure that it could. So I don't know. I think both sides have merit here. I think you both did a very, very good job. I'm getting tired of saying this, but I think I'm going to give you guys both full points here.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So proud. Can you guys be a little bit more excited about that, please?
Woo! I'm very excited. Thank you, Professor.
Right.
You're kind of just looking at your phones and just being like, oh,
no,
yeah.
are you kidding me? My phone is 3 blocks away.
3 blocks?
3 blocks.
Yeah. I dropped it on my way into school yesterday.
Oh, well, why didn't you pick it up? Did you?
Well, I haven't left the school yet.
Oh.
I've been here for 2 days.
Well, why didn't you pick it up when you dropped it? Whatever, Mr. Curtis. All right, that's going to do it for today's lesson on Weezing. Does anybody know who we're talking about next time?
Caesar.
No. Mr. Curtis.
Decidueye?
No.
I hate that you just jumped to him. It's Rowlet first.
A broken clock is right twice a day, so eventually he's going to be right.
It's Rhyhorn, I think.
Wow. It is Rhyhorn. We are learning about Rhyhorn.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Very good.
Wow, that was a random guess. Okay, I got it right.
I know. You had a 1 in what?
800?
900? Yeah. 800? I don't know. How many Pokemon are there?
About 900 registered.
But yes, we're learning about Rhyhorn next week. It should be a rocky lesson.
I'm done. I'm done.
Because it's a rock type, in case you didn't know. rocking ground, actually. But yes, that's gonna do it for today's lesson. So if you have any questions for me or any of my wonderful students here, feel free to send us a Gmail, also known as Gengar Mail. That's what all my friends call it, and they're pretty cool, so I think a lot of people call it that. Our Gmail is wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have a Gengar Mail account, or you just don't really have a lot that you want to type to us, that's fine. You can also find us on the flying Pokemon-themed social network site, Twitter. We are there at WWO Pokemon as well. And, you can do more of like a short form thing there if you just want to say hi or like, correct Mr. Curtis on something that he said wrong during the lesson. You can do that on Twitter.
Yeah, or say, wow, Corbin sounds like he's really big and strong and gets a lot of money and
all right, that's getting a
fame.
little bit long. It might not fit in a tweet.
Okay.
Because you have to after you write all that, you have to fit in the JK, and then
no,
the
none of
the
that.
sarcasm,
Nope,
because you're definitely kidding.
No, it's all for real. Serious.
If that is where we tend to post updates and information about the lessons. So if you're curious as to why we're not releasing lessons every week, it might be on the Twitter. Who knows? But that's gonna do it for today's lesson. So until next time, class is dismissed. Welcome to the World of Pokemon is a part of the Pokecasters Network.